Welcome back, comrades. This is Gaming with Alston, and today we are on episode 83 of Season 2 of the Utopian Community Series. What we're gonna do this episode. Is that... We're gonna finish off this floor. Let's check what floor that is this. Floor 6 if you're in America, floor 5, like, if you're in North America or Russia. Floor 5, the rest of the world. I'm not going to be planting crops yet, until all the floors have been finished and watered up. That is just in case. That is the reason is I'd like to potentially have a variety of vegetables and fruits. I'd like to have a variety of vegetables and fruits. Just like you'd have to have a variety of exercises if you want to gain muscle. Like, if you eat nothing but potatoes for a year, I get that you're going to lose weight, but not the right kind of weight. You need a source of protein. For me, I have it pretty easy. Since I don't have... No. Vegans have protein pretty easy. When it goes to iron, there are plenty of sources of iron. Some are more available than others, bioavailable than others. Once I get enough money, I say enough, not too much, not too little, but the right amount. Once I get enough money, I'd start getting a P.O. box. I'd set it up so you could send me some fan mail from, like, now I'd post my fan mail on Instagram. On Instagram. No. do it so you could send me some fan mail. What I'm gonna... But before I do any more floors, I have a water bucket. That is something I'm gonna need. When it goes, if you bring money to my fan mail, anything can be good, but anything in excess, I'd give it up to, because there are people out there in need. I will not use that money to buy illegal stuff. Sometimes you might see frame rate drop, but that's okay. It happens sometimes. Every couple of months, it's very important to service your computer. Servicing is crucial. If you want it to last a long time, you gotta service it. You gotta service your computer every once in a while, so it can last longer. Because dust is a CPU's mortal enemy. Dust builds up pretty quickly for a super high-end gaming rig. How to win the console war? Stick with the PC. Then you'll win the console war. If you want to win the console war, give up the console altogether and go for a PC. With a PC, you can squeeze out every last frame per second. What I hate about consoles is that the frame rates tend to be locked. That graphic settings tend to be at a fixed position. Like with console gaming. But with PC gaming, you have a lot more freedom. One, two, three, four, five. Five to life, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look. Like when I started going on my when I started on my walks, I did those walks only around the neighborhood. But now, I'm leaving my neighborhood when I go on my walks now. Because I want to be a free man. I just want to be a free man. Or person, regardless. I just want to be a free person. Now, let's place the walkways on. I did the first layer as a guideline. talk about some entropy too. Entropy is basically when one thing goes from order, like there's only one way a Rubik's Cube can be in order. Entropy is also called the Rubik's Cube effect. I like to call it the Rubik's Cube effect. Because even a Rubik's Cube is subject to entropy as well. Or shuffled deck of cards. There's only one way it can be in order. There are more ways one thing can be in disorder than there is one way it can be in order. Because there's only one way it can be in order. There is only one way it can be in order, yet many ways it can be in disorder. Like, there's only one way a Rubik's Cube can be in its solved state. Well, a lot of ways... Well, there are about 23 quintillion ways it's in disorder. That is 23 followed by 18 zeros. With entropy, basically what that means is all the stars will eventually burn out. We will all be long gone into the eternal darkness. In which, long time later, the universe will have entered its final energy state. It's gonna be a long time before it reaches its final energy state. That's when the temperature starts to reach absolute zero. That is when temperatures start to reach absolute zero. No particle movement whatsoever because there are no particles. As like the universe will have expanded so far apart that particles will not smash into one another. This is the most likely scenario of our universe. The heat death. The heat death of the universe is the most likely scenario that we're gonna face. But don't worry. It's gonna be a long, long, long time before it happens. Like, the universe has only been around for 13.8 billion years. At least. While the solar system has only been around for 4.6 billion years. That's a long time. Life has only existed for about 3 to 4 billion years. Animals have only existed for about 600 to 700 million years. Whilst humans in their ape the great apes have only been around for at least 10 to 25 million years. Humans have only been around, like, the first humans to ever walk the earth, only been around, like, they were here, they evolved to become humans 3 million years from now. But modern humans have only been around for about 300,000 years. That is a very long time on a human scale, but short on a cosmological scale. Really short. In about 5 billion years from now, the Sun will have reached its largest diameter. It would expand out to the orbit of Earth. Mercury and Venus would get swallowed by the Sun. The Earth would become pretty hellish. Mars would be like what Venus is today. And when the Sun explodes a billion years later, it's not going to explode into a supernova because the Sun is not massive enough for the core to collapse to its nuclear density. Instead, it will collapse to become a white dwarf. Which its habitable zone would be much closer to the core of the Sun than it is now. planets in the habitable zone of a white dwarf would be tide-locked, with only one side facing the star. In which only one side is facing the stellar carcass. In which only one side is facing the stellar carcass. Like, only one side of the moon faces the Earth while the other always faces away. Eventually, the Earth and the moon would be tide-locked with one another. Just like how Pluto and its larger moon, Charon, are tide-locked with one another. That tide locking basically means two planets or objects of different sizes orbit one another. Only one side would face the larger object or more massive object. Even if you compress the sun down to the size of a black hole, you know, it's all about density. It's all relative. And proportional distance is different. Because the sun is a giant white fireball. Anyways, this is it for this video. Don't forget to leave a like if you like this video, dislike if you disliked it, subscribe for more, share this with your comrades on social media. As always, thank you for watching, stay tuned for more, and peace out.